A todos, buenos días, buenos días. Hoy tengo por aquí una entrevista bien especial, así que vayan conectándose que en unos minutitos vamos a estar con el señor, nada más y nada menos que en su nueva faceta, el señor Ramón Clemente. Vamos a estar hablando un poquito sobre su fundación, vamos a estar hablando un poquito sobre lo que es su carrera, en fin, un sinnúmero de cosas que vamos a estar hablando con Ramón Clemente. Buenos días, Roberto. Déjame saber dónde nos están viendo, conectándose la gente aquí poquito a poquito. Si están en el trabajo, mala mía, pónganse los audífonos. Oye, y para el que no sepa, en Tap Cars, hoy llega otro carro. Vayan a tap.cars y voten cuál es el carro que va a estar llegando hoy. La Corolla GR edición circuito, una Genesis GV80. Tengo 4 modelos allí que ustedes van a verificar. Ustedes pueden votar por cuál ustedes creen que es. Así que síganos allá. Así es, desde la banca. Ok, saludos desde Arecibo, saludos desde la banca, la gente que se está conectando por ahí. Bienvenido aquí a Tap Deportes. Desde Miami. Chiquitico, vamos para la carreta. Tú pagas. Diablo, serie. La carreta, uff. Vamos por aquí, tengo gente enviándome ya mensajes. Vamos a esperar unos minutitos en lo que entra Ramón Clemente. Vamos a estar hablando con él sobre lo que es su carrera del baloncesto superior nacional, su carrera internacional, su fundación, su libro, que lo tengo por ahí, se me olvidó cogerlo, así que se me olvidó, pero nada, está por ahí. Ahí está Ramón. Ramón Clemente. Ramón, déjame verte por aquí. Ramón, déjame añadirte rapidito. Espadita, saluditos. Déjame añadir. Bueno, lo tengo ahí atrás. No, me lo busco después. Mr. Raymond.
Yo.
What's
good, bro?
up with you? You cold?
Yeah, it's real cold out here, man.
How cold is it? Because over here it's 53.
It's in the 40s for sure.
Shit.
Yeah. It's too long.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go back to the island now, man.
When are you going back?
I'll probably be up there around February.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you're gonna have the winter there then.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But that's a good thing. You don't have to do the yard.
Puerto Rican winter is way better than yeah, I don't have to do the yard, you're right. 100%.
So, si las personas no siguen a Ramón Clemente, yo les invito a que lo sigan porque Ramón es un personaje. Ramón tiene una pelea con su yard. Él tiene, I don't know how big is your yard, but siempre está blowing the leaves porque obviamente por allá cae mucho la hoja. Y that's Ramon's fighting with the leaves.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. They'll take your back out for sure.
Hey, Ramon, thank you again for being with us here in Tap Deportes. I really wanted to do this interview a long time ago about first your book, your career, your foundation, your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be doing I'm going to be asking you a lot of things. Let's kick off with the season. How much of a struggle was it last season for you? Okay, as an individual, not being able to play because of injury in some point of the season and not achieving the goal that not only you, but everybody expected. ¿Cómo te sientes con la temporada que tuviste? Estuviste lidiando con muchísimas lesiones, pero además de eso no llegaron a la meta que ustedes tenían, tú como individuo, sino también como equipo, because that team has a lot of hype because of its owner.
Right.
So there's a lot of BS going around it, about people talking and Vaqueros, Arecibo, now with the Criollos that are near you guys. So you got a little bit of competition, the Mets that got Cousins. So how was it for you this year? Last year, sorry.
As a competitor, regardless of what team it is, it's always disappointing. I wouldn't say this is only the word disappointment, but it's never cool when you lose and you don't finish strong, The thing that's even worse when you have like an organization that we have, you want to do the most and you want to do the best. Yeah. And to lose to the same team like 2 years in a row, especially a team like San Germán, which is a really good club and fan base and stuff like that. But that's a team, me personally, I really wanted to beat. So to come up short in that situation, it was tough, man. Like I know like a good month when season was over, it was a tough time. But even though me finishing my 15th season, it never changes. It never changes where when the season's over, just like it's all good. Like, nah, as a competitor. And literally I had to snap right back into like the real world the next day, you know, trying to take time for myself. But like I said, when you got guys like Benito, Jomi, and Noah, you want to do good for those people. You know, they treat us real well. Like anything we need, they have it there for us. So you want to return the favor as well, you know.
So this year, I mean, last year, you lost a good friend. You lost a very competitive um, teammate, un compañero muy competitivo, y fue Filiberto Rivera. You lost him last year. He's retiring this year, or he retired this year. How good, or how did you feel when Filiberto, even though he left, he got the chip? How did you feel?
I was happy as hell for him.
Happy
Yeah, he deserves that 100%. There's no other way to go out than go out on a championship with a team that you know, like that.
that
That's
you
like,
grew up with,
yeah,
because
yeah,
he is from Carolina.
yeah. Because at the end of the day, you know, anytime a player gets traded or anything that happens that goes to another team, you always wish for the best of
Mm-hmm.
them. You know, at the end of the day, uh, like it's basketball, yeah, but off the court, like it's real life too, you know. So you want the
Yeah.
best for any player. You never want anybody to go to a bad situation or anything like that. And then Philly on top of that, like that's my brother, like off the court. Like when I'm having whatever I need advice or something like that, I'm texting
That's
Philly, you know.
what I wanted to
Yeah,
go to, because besides being a teammate, Filiberto has been a very good human being, and we've seen him across. And you know about this because you won the prize last year about, you know, helping the communities.
right.
So and you know about this a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it in the near minutes. But Filiberto has always been, I'm a big fan of Filiberto, and I've told this to him back when we were in the radio station. I think in 2006 we had him on an interview, and I told him, "Hey, I was a fan of you just when you beat Umacao, Isabela beat Umacao,
Mhm.
and you carried that effing team all the way."
Yeah.
So para mí, Filiberto, it's a you know, he's a great of a player, but a great leader, and that's what you need on teams. Do you think that maybe that was missing last year on Santurce, that leadership from him,
Uh,
Barea, or anybody else?
uh, I think the leadership was cool. I think it was more so we just came up short, in all honesty. And believe it or not, I hit Philly up in the playoffs. I can tell you, man, like, might not show us stuff like that, but I always hit up Philly for advice and stuff like that. Like, that's one of my OGs for sure. As far as missing leadership and anything like that, it was a situation where we just had to do, you know. And
Mhm.
San Juan was just a better team in the playoffs. That's just
Yeah,
what it was.
that's when they grow. Ahí que se crecen.
Yeah. So for me, um, I think in a situation with our club, Santurce, if it was any other club, it probably wouldn't be as much emphasis on it. You know, 3 years in, like just returning and stuff, just putting the team together and stuff, and that's all cool. But when you have the names and the, you know, and everything that's going on, you don't get that same leeway as a different team
Yeah.
will probably get. So there's no build up or anything like that, and we don't, as players, we don't expect that either. We didn't come with expectations of, oh, we're just building. You know, we come in and put that pressure on ourselves. So as men, you come up short. You know, you take it with it. This comes with the game. Um, Unfortunate, we came up short. And one thing for me, that's another reason why I return. Like, I can't go out like that. I refuse to go out like that, you know. And I never do guarantees or watch this. If we can, I don't come off like that. But
Hmm.
I know how I feel. I know what this club deserves. And if there's anything that I can contribute, if it's not being on the court for 40 minutes, if it has to be with me helping out the young guys and keeping the guys, whatever it is I have to do for me, you know, I consider Santurce a family for sure. So I just got to do whatever I need to do, whatever I need to do behind the scenes, on the court, whatever it is to, you know, get us going and most
So
likely get the championship.
I heard you on a podcast recent days. You were talking about, and I really love this podcast. Can't remember the name though, so I'm sorry for that.
So good.
I can't give that person the plug because I really don't remember the name. But you were talking about the top three players of the BSN, and your number one player was Trayvon Waters.
Yes.
So for me, he's one of the best players. But not only that, it's what he does in court, his belief in God, and people forget, but he played with who could be the next LeBron James. I don't think he will ever be, because I'm not a LeBron lover, but I'm not a hater. You know, I'm just a realistic. You know, as a journalist, I have to be realistic with the
Right.
guy. And what he's doing in his 21st year in career, man, he's out of the world. You know, LeBron's out of the world. But he played with Wemby, and I'm just anxious to go to San Antonio and have a chance to speak with Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
Because after seeing San Antonio Spurs, I don't know if you have seen them play. San Antonio needs a point guard. I'm not saying it's gonna be Waters, but he's used to having a good point guard.
Yeah.
The point guard they have right now, which I cannot say his last name, he's the one with the dyed hair. He's a turnover machine.
Yeah.
So why do you think Waters is your best player in the BSN right now?
First of all, the things that Trey does is it's amazing, man. I love to see it. Kid has no conscience, and to see a guy come in so young on his second year, yes, he makes his mistakes, and you could tell when he's young, but the next game he's coming back with the same energy, you know, same attitude and everything. And a lot of guys in that position, you know, when you hit a certain wall, they'll kind of pull back and they'll let like the Americans take over or the vets take over, but that kid never let off the gas, man. And you got to respect that. A lot of the things he do.
He has your podcast and your foundation's motto.
100%.
100. Push 100%.
He's tough. I was literally on my stream. I was last night, the night before last, and I was showing the young guys on my stream like, "Yo, check this kid out right here." You know, I'm a huge fan of Tremont. And to win a championship doing that, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can do all of these things and I'm not saying becoming short, it takes away from what you do. You're still a good player at that. But if you win a championship doing these things, that's tough, man. You got to respect it. You got to respect.
Two more questions about BSN and your career, your basketball career.
Thing, the top three thing. Shout out to Condit. I did not even mention him in the honorable mention. And I told George, and this is a perfect.
George!
I said, George,
I kind of saw him slapping you, but I don't know if it was a dream or next time you see him.
No. He was joking around, but I said, George, I'm going to publicly apologize to you. So, because George, he has to be in that conversation, you know?
Yeah.
In the honorable mention or whatever. Like, you going against two really good centers and holding it down for the like. That's big time right there, you know. Yeah. So you got that kid in there.
Condit and what he's done, and that was one of my other questions. So now I'm gonna slip another question in because you took the second I had. But Condit, in the NBA right now, he's hurt. He's now gone to the G League. But Cousins, Whiteside, he played against everybody to get that chip. Yeah. So I mean that you have to put him in the top three. You have to have him in the top three. But my other question for you is, what do you expect about this next season? Did this and now it's doing reactions. Sorry about that. What do you expect about this next upcoming season? And how many years can we as fans expect from Ramon Clemente in the upcoming future?
Damn, I can't believe you asked me that.
I know that's a hard one because nobody wants to think about retirement.
The expectations is always a championship. Always a championship. You know, like I said, I always say, if you're not expecting a championship, you shouldn't be playing a game of basketball. I don't care what team you're on or what the talent's like. You should always be expecting to play a championship, or there's no reason to even suiting up going out there. So that's my expectations to get the championship, 100%. Not competing, not getting out the first round is championship. If it's not that, then it's not. No, the goal's not met. It's not a failure, but the goal's not met. As far as how many years playing, I'm not gonna lie. That's a tough question. I'm not gonna lie. Even now, me taking time, like focusing on my foundation and stuff. This is tough. It's a tough thing, man. It crosses my mind every day. I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact that like basketball is gonna be over. Like I don't think I want to coach or anything like that. Really? So I don't think I'm gonna be around. Yeah, I don't think I want to coach. It's a lot. It's too much ego. I don't know. Who knows? I might get a love for it later on. But as of now, no. I'm just too competitive to want to go out there and play and hit and battle and stuff like that. But maybe I'll find a way and love for it to stick around with it. But, you know, in my mind right now, 2 more seasons, depending on how my body holds up. If I finish with a championship, I might shut it down. But I don't want to put a time limit on it. So I'm just going to let, I'm going to let God do his work. Anytime I spoke to a vet, they tell me, like, you'll know when it's time. So I don't want to say I'm going to retire in 2 years. And then at the end of my 2nd year, I'm still feeling good, but I already put it out there. They done gave me a failed world tour, and everybody's hugging me. And I go to Maya West, they give me a plaque, and my head, I'm thinking I got one more. So for now, right now, and I signed 2 years with Santurce. Even talking about this right now, it's just super weird, man. It's super weird. Like, and even with that, I don't think I would announce it when I retire until the season's over. I don't think I'll
come on, you have to get a farewell, man. A lot of Puerto Ricans, muchos puertorriqueños wants to say thank you for what you did. Thank you for your time with the national team. Thank you for the joy you brought Mayagüez. Thank you for the joy you brought Keb. Thank you for the joy that you brought to every team that you played against.
But you know what?
People enjoy watching you play, not only in Puerto Rico, but overseas too. So, I mean, you owe that to them. Let us give you a farewell.
No, but you know what it is? I don't want to put the attention on that. I respect the game so much where I don't want it to be like go and let the old man get a 3-point off, or go and throw Ramon in there for a quick 30 seconds at the end of the game where everybody cheer. I don't really want that.
Okay.
I would hate to go out like that. The way I want to go out like a warrior. I want one of these young guys to knock me in my chest and kick me on my ass.
Well, you're going out as a warrior, but not also as a warrior. You're going out as a Puerto Rican pride, okay? Mm-hmm. But also as a published author.
Yeah, man.
So right here, see, right there, it's actually, and I didn't set it up. Honestly. That's the one that's the most, well, it hasn't been the recent one, but I read that book back and forth. It's an amazing book, Xing Out Your Ex. It's an amazing book. It's in Spanish and in English. So, este libro que está ahí atrás, que conste, yo no lo preparé, estaba literal ahí porque lo leí, ya lo he leído de adelante para atrás y de atrás para adelante. Es un libro muy interesante porque te lleva a conocerte más y a tú a veces enfrentar tus miedos para poder lidiar con una separación. Puede ser tu pareja, puede ser tu familia, puede ser una muerte. It doesn't matter what type of separation in life you're going through, that will help. Death, friend, cat, dog, whatever type of separation you're going through, that book's going to help you. So right there, there. So Ramon Clemente, Xing Out Your Ex. Talk to me about that book. And I need the second part, man. What's up? I mean, I know you're going through the best part of your life right now, but still.
That's the thing. It's just funny you say that. No one even knows. It's dope to say it on tabs. It's going to be a trilogy of this book.
We got Carly PR saying X Out Your Ex is fire. I know, right? I'm not kidding. Hey, this is not a paid promotion or anything. I'm telling you, Ramon, wasn't I one of the first one who bought it?
You was definitely one of the first ones. I appreciate you, but
and I didn't get it for free. I bought it, so people don't be saying, "Oh, you got it for free." No.
Yeah, but, so as far as the another book, yes, the next book will be Circle in Your Next, the sequel to that. I'm gonna let this one sit out for a while. It's not gonna be year to year. Okay. Maybe every 3 years I'll drop one. But it's the second one is gonna be Circle in Your Next, and then the third book is gonna be XO. So if you get it, it's the X, and the second one is O, and then the third one's gonna be XO. So
preparing your game.
Yeah, we got that lined up. Okay. I have 4 books already written. I got children's books and everything, but I never like to say it. I just like to just do so, But I have children's books done. I have one feature of my dog Achilles, which is right here. But what's crazy about that book?
What color does Achilles has now? Is he all white?
He's all white, shaggy right now. He's just
Okay.
But one thing about the book that people don't know, like when you see the book X Out Your Ex, you think it's like a tell-all book, and I'm just like probably throwing X's under the bus and stuff like that. And all honesty, it's a recovery book. You got its parts of your relationship and some tips on how to get over, but then maybe half or a little bit more of the book is like getting yourself right. You know what I mean? Like it's like pressing reset on yourself, because if you've been in a bad relationship, you know how it goes. You're with somebody, and when it's over, it's like it feels like the end of the world, you know, because this is a person that you
It's
feel
a
like,
death. Yeah.
yeah, you committed to, oh, this is forever. And it's like pouring all of your water in a cup. And it's like, this is empty, but I know we're good here. And then all of a sudden, like the glass breaks and it's like, you know, this is empty. So now what? So that
So,
feeling right there is something I'm.
so Ramon, I don't know if I told you this, and I went a little bit personal. I told you I was going all in. That's the only text I sent you. When you sent me at 9 something in my area, I'm in Texas, so it's 10:22.
Yeah.
You say, "Hey, are we still good?" And I said, "Yes." So I told you I was going all in. That book hit me very hard at the moment because I was going through the same thing. I was going through a
Yeah.
divorce, and that book actually helped a lot, because it helps you understand life, because you're seeing that if it doesn't matter what, death, divorce, separation with your boyfriend, girlfriend, or significant other, you lost the pet, it doesn't matter what it is, somebody has passed through it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need to read, understand that type of thing.
Yeah.
And that and the Bible helped me go through it. So I have to give you thanks publicly, because your book helped me a lot on that portion of my life. And it's what you just said. You have to look forward. You have to move, it's on your ex, it's still there, you have it, it died, the dog died, the pet died, whatever it happened, but you got to keep going on. And that's what this book is all about. So I'm really, se lo recomiendo a todo el mundo. Búsquelo en Amazon, está ahí disponible. Xing Out Your Ex. Es un tremendo libro. Lo pueden buscar bajo Ramón Clemente, como ustedes quieran. Moncho, how excited are you to host? Damn, people are getting my questions. How excited are you about Puerto Rico to host the qualifier for the Olympics?
Now I'm ready to come to the game and paint my body in a flag and sit in the front row.
Nah.
I was talking to Alex Franklin. I was like, yo, Frank, I really like our chances. We had Italy. We had Italy before. Like,
but they want revenge, though.
I like our chances in Puerto Rico. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you know what happened with Costa de Marfil last time we played them in the World Cup? David Huertas can tell you about that one. We lost about them because we got overconfident. Salvi Diaz says he's a fan. He's a fan of yours.
Oh, Salvi, that's
so now
my guy right there. Salvi, what's good, bro?
Salvi? Okay. So let's talk about your foundation. Right. You won the prize of Puerto Rico, giving back to the communities. That is a very important award. Not a lot of people recognize the award, how important it is. But I don't know if you can get it back to back. I really don't know. I don't know the procedures.
They never gave that award out again. That was the first and only time they did it.
No way. They need to do it again. Why? Because you're going to do it again. Yeah. Because and I follow almost all of the basketball players, okay? The only one that I see, and I'm not criticizing anybody, no estoy criticando ni tirando a nadie debajo de la guagua aquí. The only person that I see that does that, it's you. And it's because you have a foundation. You have a structure already. Mm. Julian Schroeder and Marcus, I like our chances. Yes, we do. I like our chances too. So nobody does it. You have a team that prepares this and push 100 miles per hour, your foundation and your podcast. Mm. How satisfying is it for you as an individual to give back? How do you feel that? I mean, it might be a dumb question, but people might think, I want to do it, but they don't. You did it. So I want to know what's your perspective on that, because I want to do it, but I've never done it. I want to do it every year, but I don't do it. So what is your motivation, and how can you motivate me and others?
Well, honestly, it's like anything. Just like you said, a lot of people think it, We're so busy in our lives, sometimes we don't have the time to just do the extra. And that's just the extra. There's times I'm tired, like after practice, whatever it is. But, it's just, I know if I was in certain positions, what I would want someone to do, So not only just giving back to communities, like mentoring these young guys, like these young people, like that's like a huge thing for me, because especially as an active player, one thing I know, when you're retired, it's a little bit different. It doesn't have the same, it doesn't hit the same like when you're retired, because you have more time on your hands. So while I'm still an active player, I want to be as, as active as possible in these communities, no matter where it's at. I've done clinics in,
you've been all
I put a
over the
skateboard.
island.
Yeah, in Israel. I was in Israel. I put a skateboard team together in Israel. I didn't moved around and did camps back at home and stuff. And I did a lot of stuff. And it's not to do accolades or count points or anything like that. But I just feel like that's just the right thing to do, And that's just for me personally. It's not saying someone else is doing less of or this person's doing less of. Like, nah, that's just where I'm at with it. That's just where my heart is. Like, I know people need help because I was a kid once when I was lost and I needed help. I wish I had a certain person to talk to because it's like there's certain conversations I can't have with my mom. There's certain conversations I can't have with my dad, So like even now there's people that will recommend their little brother or little cousin to me like, yo, you talk to Ramon because they won't listen to me. And the reason why, because that's just how it is sometimes, I can be that outlet for one of these kids, like talking to me, pouring themselves out, whatever it is. I want to be there because I've been through a lot too. Not to say I was out eating out of garbage cans or anything like that, but I come from like people kind of overlook a certain kid's situation. They'll think, all right, cool, you grew up in a big house, you had both of your parents, we made money, and you had all the clothes, you should be good, you shouldn't complain. But it doesn't work like that. Just because you're not from a certain place, it doesn't work like that. And and that goes from any level of where you're from or anything like that. You have to hear these kids, So I specifically aim it on the youth. And believe it or not, even when I wrote the book X Out Your X, one main reason why I really wrote that book, because I don't know if my tomorrow is going. I could be dead and going tomorrow. Yeah. But what do I leave behind? I have over 30 nieces and nephews. Wow. Wow. What do I leave behind for my nieces and nephews if they go through these things? Like, because a lot of my experiences through college, through my pro years, my nieces and nephews are going to approach those days one time. I know for me with my dad, the only thing I could do with my dad is pick up a picture. I wish he left some of his thoughts behind. I don't know what he went through. And the days we have today, you could put it in digital, in a book, whatever. So one of the main reasons me putting my book out is like the first chapter was social media. There's not so many older people like that is thinking social media because the first chapter is social media. So I wanted a young person to pick up the book and the first thing they do is like, oh, social media, I can relate. And one of the things I speak on in the book was don't check out the pages, don't make the fake pages, unfollow, block them, don't pay attention. So that all mixes in with the whole push 100 miles per hour thing. I don't care who's...
And Ramon, and sorry to interrupt you, perdona que te interrumpa aquí, pero otra cosa muy importante, another important thing here is that you're doing this for the young kids. But remember, right now, because of social media, kids are struggling. Los niños están sufriendo mucho de ansiedad, de depresión. They got a lot of mental issues because they think they are competing with what other people have. And you mentioned this on your recent podcast. See, I do listen, man. I do. You mentioned this on your recent podcast where you talk about, you look at them having this car. Hey, I'm going to give you an example, Ramon. People think that I own all of the cars that I test drive. They do. And I'm like, dude, can't you read? Because they go but what they look, not but what they read. And there's no freaking way I'm driving an $150,000 truck or 175 with the Raptor R. There's no way. There's no budget. There's no Top Deportes that can pay that. But for real, people go but what they look and not what they know. And this foundation, this book, it's helping them entender la vida mucho más. And that's part of what you're doing, your podcast, your foundation. You're helping these kids to grow, guide them, and continue growing till they get success. That's part of it, right?
Yeah. No, 100%. Even with my content, bro, like I changed my content. I was more entertaining and more funny and stuff like that. And that's cool. But I had to speak to myself and like, what's more important? Getting the jokes off, doing what's trendy, or put what's out there. And I don't mean to be the serious guy. I know everybody's seeing me just all serious. I'm still Ramon. If you come to my stream, we joking all day, But it's like, what can I feed out there that's going to count? So I can have thousands of people like entertain and ha 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 and like I posted something one day, and it was a quick picture of me choking Draymond Green. Like, I mean, Draymond Green choked Gobert, and I put my face over him just as a joke. I haven't done anything like that in a while. And the engagement and the comments and the likes was so fast, literally for minutes.
Yeah.
But if I was to post something talking about enjoy your day and tomorrow's going to be better and stuff, it'll get a quarter of that, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, yo, Ramon, like, you can go get the attention or you can build something new and find the crowd for that. And I'd rather take this path, even if the engagement is less and the likes is less and the attention is less, it's whatever. But I have to stay true to myself. Like, I don't want to put myself in a situation where, like, you know, I'm just entertaining the circus. It just can't be that, especially when this side needs the help. These kids need the help, man. And like, it might be 1,000 kids that might laugh at this, but it might be 5 kids that need this help. And I'd rather help the 5 kids
Exactly.
instead of doing 1,000.
Esa es la mentalidad que uno tiene que tener, porque hacer reír cualquiera, anybody can make you laugh. Now, what you said at the beginning, a couple of minutes ago, not everybody, everybody can make you laugh. Not everybody can make you conscious.
Right.
Can go into your mind. Nobody can go into your mind, but they can heal you with words. So, talking about your foundation and also mixing here the book, we tend to be greedy, and kids tend to be greedy. So, when you want to buy something, when you want to do something, you as Ramon, what would you tell the kids when they want this new shoes, but they can also get a new computer or a new, instead of buying $200 or $300 shoe, they can get a new computer, they can put it towards their future. What would you say to that kid, that little Ramon, back in the day, between having shoes, which you and I love, or having a better education? What would you say to that young kid?
I would tell them, as far as the shoes and stuff, and you know, we seen the sneakers, we did that, we did a collab. The sneakers and stuff, the fashion, the end, the noun is cool. Whatever. It's cool for the moment. 10 years from now, they probably wouldn't count. I would tell the kid, if it came between getting a computer or sneakers, to invest in themselves. Follow themselves, forget about being cool, forget the cool crowd. That's going to be there. It's going to be there. It's not going anywhere. And I would tell them to do the computer, like, and the reason why I know how to do a lot of this stuff, because I was that kid. I was the kid who had the computer, trying to rap, I was like producing my own stuff, editing and everything. Like, I was the kid that was doing that in the attic, like on the computer, doing these things, just trying new stuff. And eventually it worked out for me in the long run. That's why I know how to edit my podcast and edit my videos and stuff. That literally, I learned that from chopping up music, you know, and the waves and adding the certain things like that. It's the same thing as video. It's no different.
You invested time in yourself, so you can learn all of the process. So you invested on yourself. That's great.
And this is me 14, 15 years old. But, you know, but even now, sorry to spin back to the foundation. You mentioned earlier, like the team and stuff. So I know a reason why that award wasn't given out, especially last year. I didn't do much last year. And the reason why, we had so much paperwork to get done to make that foundation official. So if anyone wants to do a foundation or whatever, it's a lot of work to put in. So to get a whole team, shout out to Christy and Ricky and the rest of the team, to push 100 miles per hour team, it was a lot of paperwork, like a lot. And it took us a year to do it. And we finally was able to announce it. And, you know, what we're working on now, we launched, I would call it like a soft launch, because January is really going to turn up. Because even still, we're still promoting, and, you know, we still have to get people that's going to like donate and like all type of stuff that we have to do. And that comes with the whole, the tour that I'm on.
Anybody donate? Or is it just...
We didn't even ask for donations yet. Like, literally, you never see me post donate. If you go to the website and you want to donate, But this is more so of getting the word out. In January, we're going to make the push for people that will donate and sponsors and stuff like that, because we plan on moving around really heavy. Suicide prevention, as far as motivational speaking for the kids, any of the things we did before, but it's more so finding anything where we can grab these kids' attention and make them pay attention to their futures instead of the stuff that's going on around them that doesn't really matter. So, we're all working. I have a meeting. As soon as we get off this, I have a meeting at 2 with my board. We meet like every 2 weeks. It's a lot. And the reason why I'm literally not playing right now, and I text my agent, Christian, in September. I'll send you a screenshot. Hey, Christian, I appreciate everything you've done for me. I know this is the time that players call and text and they ask for jobs, but I'm telling you, thank you. And I don't want a job right now. I'm cool with just playing in Puerto Rico because I want to focus on my other ventures. And the other ventures was my foundation. So I know if I'm out the country, it's a little bit different than being home, paying attention to the foundation, So for me, my baby is my Push 100 Miles Per Hour Foundation, because when I retire, I'm taking this on full time.
Mira, there's this lady here, Kimmery, says, I work in the marketing company, but the training that we go have them in the office every morning me realize that it's hard talking to young people out of the negative mindset.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Hard. But it's hard, and there's a big difference. It's which was going to be my last question for you. And thank you to the lady who just Kimari. Thank you, Kimari, because you just pointed me to that last question, but it's a very important one. Dealing with mindset is hard, and your foundation will try to help those. But how hard is it for you to motivate when we as human beings need to be motivated every single day? We wake up, I wake up, this is me, and before I touch the ground, I'm giving thanks to the Lord because he gave me the blessing to see the sunlight. So I need to get my motivation. Could be the book, like I talked about. Could be going into reading a verse of the Bible. Could be just giving thanks. But for you, for Ramón Clemente, ¿qué te motiva a ser un motivador motivándote tú mismo? What motivates you being a motivator that motivates yourself?
Believe it or not, I have my days, I have a lot of my days, where it's just like, some days I don't even want to get out of bed, man. That's just me being real with you. There's some days like that. But I've been there before, and when I talk to these kids, whether I'm going on tour and I'm telling the kids about these situations and stuff like that, the fact that we had the experience, and when you lived it and you had the experience already, all right, what did I do to get out of this situation before? And some days is stay in the bed. If you feel like you don't need to get out of bed for the day, stay in the bed. Yeah. We chopping this day up. Order some pizza, bro. Watch some TV. Call it a day.
You have cheat days?
Yeah, cheat days. So, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna kill myself eating water. You feel me? But so my thing is through experience, and that's why most of the things I talk about is through experience. I'm not a preacher. Anything like that. And I feel like if I do a certain thing, like if someone hears me cursing, they're like, whoa, you can't do that. You do motivation. Like, whoa, time out. I like to motivate people. I'm still Ramon. I'm still human. I still make my mistakes, but as far as reaching to these kids, you see how she said it's hard to get to these kids. That's where I come in. That's where I come in, because I want the kids, like what we talking about, the latest Jordans and whatever you're into, the music, I'm into all of that. I'm hip with all of that. But I need to let you know that you can still do all these things, but you can still make the right turns too. So just because you're into these things, that doesn't mean, you have to go that path. Like, you
just have to divide what's good and what's bad.
Exactly. So as a kid, even when they do make the toughest kids that make the worst mistakes, you pull them to the side, they'll tell you the real and what's really going on in their life. But if you put them in the crowd and you ask them something in front of everybody, they're gonna put that mask on. But those are the kids I like to grab and pull to the side when I talk at the prison.
The harder ones.
Yeah.
The harder ones are the best challenges.
Bro, when I went to the junior prison in Ponce, like in the prison, like cell key. These kids are pulling me to the side, like, and they're little kids. But when you see them from afar, you look at them like, they'll be viewed as thugs. But these kids will pull me to the side, just happy, like, yo, you want to play basketball? And yo, I'm a fan and I love it. And it was just like, damn, like.
And that's your moment. That's your moment when you need to talk to them. That's the moment. And Kimari says here, we live in a negative world,
Yes.
which is basically true, depending on, and I have to say it's a 50-50 because depending on the content that you consume. Okay, I consume in Tab Deportes, it's all sports. In my personal, I consume a lot of positive things. I try not to see, and I don't follow these gossip pages because it's just negative. I don't actually follow, not even news.
Yeah.
I don't follow NBC's, Fox, CNN, whatever, because it's negative.
Yeah.
But a small talk with them every day can make a difference in their perspective of life, and it's beautiful. That is true. What you just said, when you went to the prison, they wanted to play ball. You might have played ball, but when you shot, you said, "There's a reason for me being here, and there's a reason for me to learn how to, not how to get out, but to get a perspective of outside the world when I get out." Okay, and that's part of the good things you keep doing, and it's a motivation. So Ramon, where can people go in to read more about your foundation, Push 100 Miles Per Hour?
If you go to the website, www.push100milesperhour.com, there's all the information on there. I want to put like weekly vlogs and stuff and motivational speeches on there, exclusively on there. The Push 100 Miles Per Hour tour right now, like we're set right now, doing either Zoom calls with kids or flying out, whatever it is. The free time that I have now, we're doing that. We're focused on either motivational speaking with the kids. I got certified for QPR training for suicide prevention.
Okay.
So if there's like a staff, or for instance, let's say I go to a group home and you have people that are ahead of the house, I would teach the people in the house suicide prevention on what to look out for and stuff like that.
That is
and,
very good.
That was a grind. I'm not gonna lie, grinding for that. And the more you read about like suicide prevention, man, is deep. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was. I'm not lying. There was days I had tears coming down my face, and I had to close. Yeah, I had to close the website, close the book, because I didn't know it was that real. It's so much being ignored by people, and people show signs. And one of the main things about suicide prevention, I don't mean to hold you up, but one of the main things about suicide prevention is people screaming for help without screaming for help. And some people don't know what to do, so they brush them off. And that's when a lot of people make decisions because they don't have the help. So, it's my duty to go out here, and shout out to Roberto Clemente, because, that's one person that really, really motivated me to find my lane.
He inspires in everyone.
100%. 100%. So for me to carry the legacy of the Clementes, that's one of my goals. Finding my own lane with it. But at the end of the day, we still carry the name. So www.push100milesperhour.com. And you'll get everything there. The website, the videos, all the updates on what's going on. And that's the landing page for sure.
That's push, P de papá, USH 100, el número 100, mph.com. ¿Ok? Entren ahí para que tengan más información. Ramón, we talked about this on your Facebook page. When are you coming to Austin so we can go to San Antonio? Wemby, man, he's a beast.
Really?
I mean, when I saw him play, he's a beast. What he does, I mean, his first 2 points of that game, out of the blue, just to dunk, over two people. It was against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which Gobert dominated him. He has more experience.
Yeah.
And Cat too, but it was amazing to see him play. So when are you coming here?
Maybe January. That'd be my free time, because I might be in Puerto Rico around the 18th, but we'll talk about the camera. I'll be there at the 18th for like a week or so, and then January, that's my free month, because I'll be moving around. Who knows? I'll probably try to get a booking out there for a motivational speak and make it all work like that.
Okay, good. So let me know, because we got to get those tickets. And seeing Wemby, it's amazing. Seeing Wemby. If not, I can go to Atlanta. I've never been to the Atlanta game, so I can go there.
Do they play Atlanta?
It'll be good then. I don't know if they're gonna when they're gonna play, but they're gonna play them. I don't know when. But
I'll try to look for a game that you guys are gonna play one of my friends.
Okay.
So we get all that access and stuff like that. So that'll make it.
Bueno, pues Ramón, thank you for being with us. Push100milesperhour.com. Ahí es la página para que puedan entrar, donar si deseas donar y enterarte de todo lo que está pasando. I know you're a New York Yankees fan, right? I'm
Suck,
praying
bro.
for you. I'm praying for you. I'm
Hey,
praying for
Mets,
you.
Mets too, Mets
Because
too.
we know that the Lord will forgive you for being a Yankee fan. But you're about to get Juan Soto.
Really?
Yes. The trade talks are heating up.
I believe it when
And
I
you're
see it.
about to get Juan Soto.
But you know I like
Left-hander
those, bro.
hitter, outfield player, and he can smash the ball to that little
This is
short
the
fence that you guys have.
thing, though, bro. We get everybody, man. We can't figure this out. We
You got to
haven't been.
take Giancarlo Stanton. How are you going to pay them?
It's crazy. We got the biggest all-star team, and we can't win a game. Mets too. Shout out to Queens.
Adios, Ramon. Bye.
All right, bro. Peace
You
out.
hurt
Take
me
care.
on that one. You hurt me on that one. Talk to you later, my
All
man.
right, bro. Take
Gracias
care.
a todos. Síguenos a través de
Ciao, bro.
todas las redes sociales. Tap Deportes, Ramón Clemente en Instagram, Ramón Clemente en Facebook y también en YouTube. Y vayan a Tap.orcas que ya llegó el otro carro. Ya mismo te los voy a decir cuál es. Bendiciones a todos. Gracias.